Top boyfriend.
My boyfriend got them for me.
That's Nicole's hot boyfriend, Evan, and I'm here with Ronnie and Brazil and Nicole, who to dish the dirt now on Extra Whip on Big Brother Cheesecake 7, Chocolate Heaven.
Chocolate.
Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonbest. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. It's day 25 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake House, and this week Kennedy is the head of household. She nominated Cly and Tom for eviction, and Willy Wonka nominated Brooke as the third nominee. Who will win the Golden Power Veto? You'll find out tomorrow. But first, I am here with Brazil and Nicole, and for the first time this season, the most recently evicted house guest, Ronnie, is here to tell us all about what went wrong this week. And I'm so excited that you are here. I will let you start off by saying whatever you feel is on your mind.
I just want to thank you for letting me play. The people that I was working with, they know who they are, and I want them to do well.
Okay.
The others, go to hell.
Oh. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. You received 5 votes against. Who do you think those 5 votes were?
Stephanie, Kilby, Rayanne, Owen, and Bridget.
I will not get into specifics, but that is not exactly correct. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. But I will not get into specifics.
Interesting.
Yes. Where do you want to start? So should we rewind to week 2? Because I think what's the word? Precipice? I don't know. Genesis. There we go. The genesis of your eviction, I think, started when you won the Golden Power Veto and Yankee Swap after telling Owen you wouldn't use it if he let you keep it. And then you used it. So tell us about that competition.
I just didn't want the punishment, and I wanted to win something before I couldn't compete in 5 competitions.
Okay, so fair. But then how come you used it? You just really wanted to make sure Kennedy stayed?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I liked her.
Oh, that's so sweet. I like her too. I was gonna say, and then
I don't like. Oh, go ahead.
And then you lost the chamber competition, which was, you were very close to winning that, but you lost it, so you couldn't play in 5 competitions and no longer be Willy Wonka. So the first question I have is, do you think the house guests were dumb to evict you? I shouldn't say dumb, but were made a boo-boo to evict you when you couldn't play in 3 more competitions?
Absolutely. They could have waited a couple more weeks. They could have got out somebody like Tom who can play in competitions and win.
Okay, fair. He almost won the grand game last week. He was right there. He was so close. And then he just said, fuck it. I'll go for it.
So do you think the veto was the sole factor in why they did vote you out then?
Some people, but not all of them. Apparently I was in too many alliances. But when people come to you with an alliance, what are you supposed to do? Say no?
Do you recall how many?
If you say no, that just puts a target on your back.
Exactly.
Do you recall how many you were in?
3.
Yeah, so that's not that many. I don't think
3 of 7, right, Andrew? Or
yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. When it dropped down to 6 and you were not in that one that dropped down, then yeah, I guess you were in half of the alliances. So still, I don't think it's that many in a 16-person org to be in 3 alliances.
But one of them pretty much died. The other one, I don't even know what the hell was going on with that. And then the third one was my main one that I made.
Ooh,
Okay.
you created one.
I did create one
Cool.
after I used the veto.
Okay,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Okay.
So a
Owen was
lot
part of it.
alum thought you were going to use the veto on RJ. Can you walk us through your thought process on using it on Kennedy versus RJ, and were you actually ever going to use it on RJ?
RJ and I had a plan that we were going to pretend to still not be friends. We've been friends again for over a year. And so we were just trying to play it up. And I thought if I didn't use the veto on him, people would still be suspicious and think that we weren't friends. So I didn't use it on him. And I thought that I would have the votes to keep him, and I didn't.
Mm.
Okay.
Sorry, RJ.
It's not all your fault though. He needed to be a little bit more active, and it sounds like pay to play. So I don't think you should.
Yeah, I also don't like how the first 2 weeks we evicted the inactives, but then this week they switched it up and did not evict the inactive.
That's a fair argument.
So what do you think the thought process was behind that then? Changing how everyone's been playing the game to
They're
go
just
for you
bitches.
rather than
I don't know if I would
simple as
categorize.
that.
I don't know if I would categorize Tom as inactive.
No, she's talking about Clyde, or he's talking about Clyde, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah.
Then we get to the next week, which is sort of the tragic comedy of errors, where your master plan when you cannot win at Willy Wonka anymore is you're going to campaign to get votes for somebody to get Willy Wonka as a way of testing their loyalty. How did that work out for you?
Well, you see where it got me. So.
Are you going to tell us who you campaigned for?
Oh yeah, I campaigned for Jenna, and she got it for sure.
So, okay. So she was HOH and Willy Wonka.
Yep. And that's why I campaigned for her to be Willy Wonka, to see how her being anonymous would differ from her being HOH.
Interesting move there.
Originally, when veto was used, she was going to put up Kennedy as a pawn. And then when she pulled the Joker and Willy Wonka got to make the nomination, that's when she put up me.
So we were thinking that Jenna had an easy HOH. She made what, 3 of the 4 noms? Is that math right?
Yeah.
If Ronnie is correct.
Yeah, if Ronnie's telling the truth, but
I'm correct because I know who the week 1 and week 2 were, and I know that 17 people for sure voted for Jenna.
Interesting here. So that's a little information for everybody watching right now then, right?
Are you going to continue, even though you're out of the game, there's no rule saying that you can't still campaign for, getting votes on people. Are you still going to try and get certain people to be Willy Wonka, since clearly 17 people listen to you?
It doesn't sound like a bad idea.
I mean, 2 weeks in a row, it sounds like he did. I thought alum were going crazy with the Willy Wonka, and then I find out it's Ronnie getting.
I didn't have anything to do with week 2.
Oh, I thought you did too.
Well, everyone in the house thought that I was week 2 Willy Wonka. I let them believe that because I said, "Oh, it doesn't matter that I can't play or can't be Willy Wonka anymore."
So you're saying you were not Willy Wonka week 2?
I was not week 2 Willy Wonka. That was Kilby. And week 1 was Tom.
Okay.
Oh, week 1 was Tom.
Yeah.
Okay, I would have expected it. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very
Brazil is now, I can see the gears moving in Brazil's
I know.
head. Just like, wow.
Wild.
Okay, so then you end up on the block with Cly and Tom. Did you feel confident, or was this a blindside? Because I felt like you were blindsided, but I'm not. So I sometimes read this wrong, often.
I kind of had a feeling that it would be me. But now that you say that, like how I thought the votes went, it kind of is a blindside based on that.
You also said in an alliance chat that somebody was a quote piece of shit. Would you like to enlighten us as to who that was, or would you like to plead the fifth?
We do prefer you use the word cunt here, though.
Oh, I love that word. I'm just trying to think about when I said this. Are you allowed to say who I was talking about?
Yeah, if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you said it about Kilby.
Okay,
You apparently asked him how he was voting, and he said you because you were the only name he heard, which could be true, and you got 5 votes.
Yeah, so I messaged him early in the morning, didn't hear anything, but saw that he was active. Messaged him a couple hours later, didn't hear anything, saw he was active. Messaged him after the votes were locked and eviction, like the voting was over. And he said that he evicted me and that was the only name he heard. And I asked him like why he didn't talk to me, and I knew he was active, and he said, I really didn't talk to anyone. If you didn't talk to anyone, then how is that the only name you heard? How did you hear the name at all?
What's interesting with that is the way that this season is being played is I feel like you quite literally have to hear more than one name with how voting is going right now. With, you know, if you get no votes on you, that's good. So I feel like there are multiple names that should be in conversations when it comes to voting, just with how the season's being played. So it's interesting he told you that you're the only one here.
And I know that other people were hearing other names because the people that I trusted the most were telling me what names they were hearing.
Well,
is that the only person you feel blindsided by then? If you think that that was the one vote?
No.
No.
Care to share?
I mean, I was in an alliance from day one with 2 people that I thought voted me, and they also didn't respond back to me.
Kind of a telltale sign, I think.
Huh?
I think
No,
that's
it's okay. You don't have to tell us. It's okay.
No, yeah.
Oh, I can tell you names. That's what you
we
want.
love names, yes.
Oh, Owen and Rayanne.
Who?
Owen and Rayanne.
You were in an alliance with Owen and Rayanne?
Yep, from day one, I believe. Maybe day 2.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh no, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Good luck, party people. That was the alliance name.
Party people?
Yep.
That name.
You are the third. I don't know if anybody noticed. You're the 3rd person from Team Brazil voted out. You're the 3rd male in a row voted out, and you're the 3rd American in a row voted out.
No, I didn't know you're American too.
Pattern or just
Sorry.
I'm
Canadian.
Everybody. You're Canadian? What?
Yeah, sorry.
Really? I thought
Andrew, you don't even know your own kind?
No, currently?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I live in Toronto, eh?
No, you don't.
He lives in the exact same building as JoJo and Jonathan. They see each other all the time.
All the time.
Oh gosh. That means you probably know Jonathan's dog really well. Anyway, so I asked this question to everybody, and it's who do you want to see win and who do you think will win?
I mean, I don't want to answer it too much because I don't want to give away the people that I like. But I will say I am rooting for Stephanie just because I respect her honesty. And I would not like to see Jenna or Kilby win.
That makes sense after this week.
Yeah.
Okay. And who do you
or
think?
Cly, because she had a 2-week fast forward. She had 2 weeks to do nothing but talk to people, build connections, and did nothing. At eviction, I checked and I did not have a single message from her.
Okay.
Sure.
And who do you think will win? Because last season, one name came up pretty much every week, and that person was one competition away from winning.
Mm, Michael?
Okay. Interesting.
I think Michael has a good chance.
Hmm.
I mean, he did survive the 3 weeks of being an initial nominee.
Mhm.
That's not easy to do.
Javier has a good chance.
Okay.
Everyone seems to like him.
All right. Okay. So your answer is Michael. Okay. Noted for.
And Javier.
And Javier.
Or Javier. I guess both of them can't win.
And/or.
Oh.
New twist. 2 winners. In the meantime, I do have to ask you, do you get this a lot that you look like Chris Pratt?
Oh my God.
I
Wait.
have heard that like once before.
It's all I
I
keep
kind
thinking
of do.
of.
And I think Chris Pratt is hot. So
Look at you, you sexy
I
little
think
fella.
I think that about myself too. So
I think you're better looking than
Makes
Chris
sense.
Pratt. I think
Ooh.
you're better looking. Yeah.
There you go.
I really only like him in Jurassic World.
And Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Yeah, Parks and Rec is great.
I don't watch that.
You
Get
should.
on it.
It's funny.
We'll let you
I've
back
seen
in the
a
house
couple.
with the free key if you watch all of Parks and Rec in 1 week. Fast
Bet.
forward the final 4.
Also, Judy says hi. She's heartbroken that you were voted out.
Oh, I love Judy.
And fun fact, I was going to apply to Michigan Mole and I missed the cutoff by like a day. Yeah. I mean, we'll never know if I would have been cast, but I missed the cutoff.
I was a replacement. I
Oh.
never even applied to it.
Oh, wow.
They messaged me like a week before and somebody dropped and I live close. So they asked me.
Interesting.
Is that one of Judy's many games that she's played in?
Yeah.
She did not play in Michigan Mole. It was a
Oh.
live game.
He's only played in 890 orders.
Judy came on our show last year and she's like, I have played 100 games. I'm in 11 right now. I've won 16 of them. I've come in second place 14 times.
Yeah.
I still love her. It's just so funny.
Yeah, she was really sad you were evicted.
I'm assuming you were happy to, getting back to the game, you were happy to see Kennedy win HOH, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah. I'm glad that she won because this was her last week where she can't vote. So now it's not going to matter.
true.
Mhm.
You mentioned you don't want to see Jenna, Cly. I forgot who the other person was, but who do you want to see like voted out next, like right now, if you could?
Jenna. I would be happy with Kilby also.
Is the only reason why you didn't tell her that you were campaigning for her to be Willy Wonka is because you wanted to test her loyalty? I would have told her.
I told her afterwards.
I mean, you tested it successfully.
Yeah.
I was talking to her like after. I messaged her, I was like, tisk tisk. And she said, good luck, dog. You just got a campaign or something like that. I said, okay, but I know that you're Willy Wonka. And she kept trying to deny it. And I flat out told her that I know it was her because I campaigned for her. And she still tried to deny it. And I called her out on that.
Do you think if you told her immediately that you campaigned for her as soon as she won it, that it would have gone differently? Or do you think she would have taken it the wrong way? That why are you giving this to me when I'm already head of household and it's kind of a waste?
I should have told her after the veto competition. I think if I would have told her before that, it probably would have not worked out in my favor either, because she probably wanted it later on in the game, which was another reason why I gave it to her. And she probably would have told other people what I was doing with campaigning for people to win.
Do you think if you told like a select few that you were working really close with that you had this power, that you were getting these votes for Willy Wonka, it could have, they maybe would have wanted to keep you in the game to pick Willy Wonka in the future at all? Do you think that would have been anything that
I told my alliance what my plan was.
you did? Okay.
my main alliance.
I didn't think it'd be that big of a deal, but you never know. Sometimes people, when they're playing, will grasp at any part of power sometimes. So
you were unfortunately backdoored because you weren't playing in the veto.
Yeah.
Did you watch the grand game? Would you have won? Because everybody lost on
No,
one specific item. No.
because I would have said chocolate milk also.
That was crazy.
I don't know what to say. Like it is that price here.
Yeah, it's expensive here, but not that expensive.
Fair.
Is regular milk that expensive or just the chocolate milk?
Regular milk here.
I would say it's slightly cheaper.
Yeah. Here it's like $1 cheaper than chocolate milk.
Yeah.
That's about right. Yeah.
where do you live? Do you really live in Toronto right now?
No, Ohio.
Okay. Well, you
Oh,
should live in
okay.
Toronto.
Where do you actually live?
No, give us your address and your social.
No, like where exactly are you?
Me?
No, just for trolling.
Oh, I'm
Well,
in
not your address,
Columbus,
but we still want to know where about.
Columbus, Ohio.
Oh,
Right. Yeah.
I've heard of you people.
The
I'm
Buckeyes.
moving kind of near there in September.
Allie LaForce is from Ohio.
Judy is coming here in September.
Oh. Is Steven driving her?
I don't know who Steven is.
He won last season.
Uh-oh. I don't know anything about previous seasons.
It's okay.
Okay, so you
It's better
didn't
that
see
way.
any previous seasons. Do you think that's the case for everyone else playing too?
That's a good question.
Would you ask?
You haven't seen any previous Big Brother Cheesecake seasons.
No.
Do you think anyone else playing has?
Hold on.
Well, I know that Brooke played last season.
And how do you know that?
Well, I saw her in last season's cast picture.
Oh, okay, so
Well, we haven't been saying it because
Are you the only person that knows that?
not anymore.
Because
I
it hasn't
don't-
come up at all.
I feel like she told me also, because she told me
Okay.
that her and Judy played together.
Hmm.
okay,
Or maybe it was
well, that's-
Judy who
that's-
told me
that's-
that. I don't know. I feel like
kinda
both
not
of
what
them
I was
told me,
getting
honestly.
at, but
Yeah, I know. I know that. I know. Yeah.
that's not at all where I was trying to go with that conversation. But
Karen and Steven know, and Curtis knows exactly where we're going, where you're going with that. But
yeah,
yeah, but okay, so I don't, Brooke, I love you, but I don't know if people know or not, but Ronnie just said it. It's really not that
Sorry.
big of a deal. So she played
Yeah.
one season before. She didn't win, so who cares? It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, she definitely did tell me. I remember now.
Okay, well, she told you, she probably told a whole bunch of other people. So she's on the block anyway. She has bigger problems to worry about right now. Yes. So because I have to film tomorrow's episode, I'm going to end it a bit short. But is there anything you'd like to say, Ronnie?
Thanks for having me.
Aww.
Thanks for coming on this too, by the way.
Yeah,
thank you.
I had fun.
I hope you had
I'm
fun.
glad I could be the first.
yeah,
Yes, thank
First
you.
and the best.
But did you had fun? Because I'm always afraid people don't have fun. Because
I did.
okay, good.
I liked spilling the tea.
No, I don't mean fun here. I mean fun in the game in general.
Oh,
Have fun with that.
well, that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I
you
mean, I
get
wish
to-
I could have stayed longer.
we get to watch it all unfold and stay in the drama in the jury chat. So
Yes, and it is a jury and friends chat. So just like last season, the jury, the pre-jurors, and the jurors are together in the same chat. So you get to enjoy with everybody who's evicted after you.
Unless you decide to leave, like some people.
RJ did leave the chat. Apparently, Brazil was very mean to her, but she wasn't. She wasn't. Yeah,
I
Brazil
hope
sucks.
I hope you make good tips and have a good shift.
we
but-
should put RJ and Chantel in one chat and watch them go at it like it's an octagon ring or something. But anyway,
I'm good.
so any last thoughts, Ronnie?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
So with that said, who will win the Golden Power Veto in the Big Brother Choco Land Golden Power Veto competition? Find out tomorrow, and will they use it to save Tom, Cly, or Brooke from the chopping block. We'll find out Monday in the Golden Power Veto ceremony. Tuesday, the final 3 nominees plead their case, and Wednesday's the next live eviction and head of household competition where another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house, get a tummy ache from eating too much chocolate, and lose their shot at the $700 cash prize. I'm Andrew Chefs Gloonbest. Take care, and remember, Coffee Crisp should change its slogan to
What is that?
barely any coffee, barely any crisp.
That's not an American candy.